Hi, and welcome. And thank you for trusting yourself enough to find yourself willing to sit here or be here and take a moment to breathe. I thought we would focus on sustainability and sustaining strength. And sometimes that means patience more so than pushing on or through. And vitality often comes not just in action, but in grounding as well. Seemingly inactive, but recharging and replenishing in its very presence. So, find a comfortable seat. There is no indication for a proper meditation sit other than you are comfortable. If you're not sure what that means, turn your attention toward your breath. In what ways can you unobstruct the path of your breath? Maybe that's just adjusting your shoulders. Maybe that's just pushing your hips back. Or maybe that's simply lifting your chin just a bit so that your third eye meets the sky just a little higher. Notice characteristics of your breath. Is it fast? Is it hastened? Do you feel it in your ribs? Or do you feel it in your shoulders even? Does the body feel like a hallway or a corridor in which this breath passes through? Is it cold like marble or warm like a barbershop towel? You remember all of your worries like keys in your pocket, and you take them out and you place them, all of your worries and stresses, into a box at your feet or side. It's a beautiful little box, somehow so perfect for you. You close it, you lock it, and you hear the stillness that has now been made available. You release that old breath fully, and with a relieving sigh, simply think to yourself or say aloud, I am radiant energy. I move beyond and between time and space to learn and discover for the good of all sentience, and with grace, guidance, and good medicine of my ancestors, protected from influence or any source that is not helpful to me on my journey. I am. Now direct your attentive inhale to the sensation of air through your nostrils. A slower spout, somehow more filling. Feel the breath pour into the back of your throat and through and down. And when you release, feel it pour out of you like trickling from a rain pour or waterfall. And when you take the breath in, allow it to fill every crease and every crevice. Allow it to push up underneath your arms and your shoulders where weight may have been, allowing buoyancy. And in releasing, you only find that there is even more buoyancy to be had now that some space has been created. Increase elongation of the breath like savory sips of water in the breath. Are you salivating? You notice your mouth is warm but wet. You tense your lips. Tense, tense, tense. And release. You feel the release expand across your face. And you tense your eyebrows without furrowing them against your temples. Tense, tense, tense. And release. You feel space created in your neck, and you notice the muscles that meet your collarbone. You tense, tense, tense your shoulders and release. You notice your biceps and the muscles and tension. Tense, tense, squeezing and release. You notice the hollow of your elbow, tensing, squeezing that soft skin and release. You move your awareness to the forearms, tensing, flexing, squeezing, releasing. You notice the top of your hands, tensing, flexing, squeezing, releasing. You notice the fingers and the joints, tensing, flexing, squeezing, releasing. You notice the very tips of your fingers, tensing, flexing, swelling even, and releasing. You notice the area underneath your armpits. You tense, you flex, you squeeze, and you release so as to wring them out. You bring awareness to your ribs and your abdomen. You tense, you flex, you squeeze, and you release. You notice the softer parts of your stomach, lower on your abdomen, in between your hips, but not quite, perhaps. And you tense, and you flex, and you squeeze, and you release. You bring awareness to the side of your thighs, and you tense, and you flex, and you squeeze, and you release. You bring awareness to the tops of your thighs, and you tense, and you flex, and you squeeze, and you release. You bring awareness to the soft, tender pit at the backs of the knees, and you tense, and you flex, and you squeeze like you're wringing out an orange for juice, and you release. You bring awareness to the tops of the knees, the kneecap, and you tense, and you flex, and you squeeze, feeling all of the legs shift with you, and you release. You bring awareness to the shin bone, and you tense along the length, and you flex all the way down from the knee to the ankle across that shin bone, and you squeeze until you release. You bring awareness to the meat of your calves, and you tense, and you flex, and you squeeze like you're wringing them out to release. You bring awareness to the tops of your feet, where the curve of the ankle also meets. And you tense, and you flex, and you squeeze, and you release. You bring awareness to the length of the toes and the creases at which the fleshy parts of the foot meet. And you tense, and you flex, filling every crease. And you squeeze, filling them up to be released. You bring awareness to sweep from the back of the ankle, the length of the foot to the tips of the toes. And swiftly you tense, you flex, you squeeze, and you release. Pressing out oversaturated energy, wringing out the illusions and tired programs to make space for fresh waters. Like delicates, you've wrung out and now lay for the sun to kiss dry, its tender warmth expanding through you like soft gold strings tying up loose ends. You inhale and watch knots, unintended, loosen. And you exhale and watch frayed ends Be free. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and carry that warmth along the body and the blood. Exhale and know that that warmth is because of you. Inhale and see the vibrancy of light that that warmth brings. Exhale and allow that warmth to be a renewing comfort across the landscape of your skin. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. You see the light from these nerve endings like new embers. It fills you, especially where you need it most. Your mind and body recognizes and releases the resistance to it. There is an angle at which asks the perspective to shift and makes the eye susceptible to deeper frequencies of light. You bring your awareness to your nose, allowing both inhales and exhales to reside there. Just above your nose, you notice that familiar light. And as it expands, it trickles down the sides of your brows to your temples and traces tenderly behind your ear as if tucking your hair behind. It trickles down your neck and across your shoulders like a proud or comforting gesture, and down your arms like a friend to keep you warm, and through your fingers like sand sifting through, only to leave you feeling lighter after. You feel the light moving down, accepting that light and the breath as nourishment, more and more with every breath. It moves. It moves down the spine, into the well of the hips, and trickling down the hamstrings like an irrigation of resources to the feet. You notice the light now in every bit of fascia and pinky finger and toe. It's so bright, it's almost white now. It sweeps the bottom of your soul to the pulps of your toes. It is calm, and any noise is not noise, but music. The soundtrack for this moment conspiring. And with each following breath, you accept the space for its possibility as it is. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Noticing how the breath fills the body. Amongst the whiteness, you notice a black dot afar. Fuzzy, blurry, but it drifts closer. And it's slightly unsteady. It's not in a perfect line, but it moves closer and slightly unsteady. You begin to notice the closer the black dot gets that it is a fly. The fly gets closer to your face. It lands on your shoulder and it says to you, "Wake up." And so you do, lighter and more exuberant even, and with a renewed focus and a nourished and invigorated will toward intention. May you move accordingly. Aho, Ashe, Ashash. Thank you for taking this time. Shili shili kweach. Squesta. I appreciate you very much for taking this time for your mind space. And I appreciate you making the most of a moment. And I appreciate you making the most of a moment with me.